Hey, Curvies! Thanks for coming to LRGA Curves today. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. On your way in, ring the bell. Curvies! Oh my gosh. Now, I know that y'all know that it's financial stuff over here. We love the finances. We love getting to a bag over here on LRGA Curves. And so, oh, look, my face is down. There he goes. There's Dad. You guys see Dad? Yeah. Okay. So um today on LRGA Curves, just real quick, I have about good 20 minutes for you guys, and then I have an appointment. But I wanted to make sure that I share with you guys that it's Life Insurance Awareness Month. And because it's Life Insurance Awareness Month, I want you guys to be prepared for your life. Okay. So, Life Insurance Awareness Month, I'm a licensed financial professional in 9 states and I'm counting. And so I am allowed to talk about this stuff. Now, this is not financial advice. Be very clear. Unless we're working together, this is not financial advice, okay? This is just information for you to do your due diligence on, and then check and see what I'm saying is right, and then apply it to your life, because faith without works is dead. So I could tell you all day long, but unless you're doing what you need to be doing for your life, all of this is just not going to even work, right? So yeah, I can tell you about it, but unless you're applying it, then some other stuff. Oh my gosh, Denise is in the house. Yes, it's an important subject. It's my shtick. This is what I love to do when I'm not talking about the other people or pointing out racism so that it can end. I'm a very well-rounded woman in more ways than one. And Bianca, thank you for being here. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. And thanks for coming through. Oh yeah, right out. My IG is for life insurance, it's LRGA Life. I'll put it in the chat. And for this, it's LRGA Curves. So at LRGALIFE is my life insurance page. And because I was doing both on the same thing, but I've been doing so much other stuff on my regular page, I was like, I don't want to scare people off. So I made a separate page, obviously, also for the brand. And it has a website, largalife.com, LRGA Life on Instagram. And yeah, so thank you for asking. Oh, yeah. And so then we have LRGALIFE.com is, oh, okay.
It's special tea.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, go off the thing. The people can see you. This is not for kids. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. Okay, so you guys, that was my son. I've been ionizing water and to add more alkaline and more hydrogen to it, so you can be more hydrated, right? All I wanted was water. He put this Arizona iced tea in my water. Let's taste it. I'll at least taste it. You see how light it is? It tastes that light. I would have preferred my water. But my son, he loves me. But thank you. Thank you. Yeah. We homeschool. So he just got out of math class and I'm jumping on here and then we're going to go back to do some other stuff. Oh yeah. I'm a bright, professional, ambitious woman. Very ambitious. And I love to share the knowledge. I want all of us to know what I learned in coming into this industry of finance. I mean, the truth has been in our face all this time. They've been trying to sell us specifically just go get term. Oh, just go get that kind of whole life. There's a whole other kind of whole life that you can accumulate cash, use for life, use for retirement, and still have the kids go to college. I mean, it's and I've been showing you guys videos about how a number of stars, Candy Burris, Vicki Gunvalson, Dr. Heavenly, they all use the type of life insurance policies that I love to tell people about, which is indexed universal life insurance. It's the maximum way to grow cash within your life insurance policy and then have it come to you out during your living benefits time. So if you needed money from that, you get it tax-free. And the accumulation is tax-free. But you guys do your own due diligence. I have some media for us that's going to show us our 7 points on tips. So I have a video that I'd like to play after. Let's do this other video first. No, let's do the 6 tips first, because I want to be mindful of the time. Set an alarm for 11:50 to be off of Zoom. Okay, but we're in the other thing. Okay, so here we go. Can you guys see that okay? I created this, and now I didn't change that Barcelona Sin Care because it was a different thing. So, but this is something I created. It's 6 tips for creating financial freedom. And achieving financial freedom is a goal that requires careful planning, disciplined saving, and smart decision making. Now, the way that you're saving your money is very important, because you want to be able to have your money while you're saving it accumulate as much as possible. And the place to do that is life insurance. Believe it or not, it's not at your Chase account. Believe it or not, it's not at Wells Fargo in the CD. Believe it or not, that's not where you get the highest interest for your return. So let's look at this video, and I'll be explaining some stuff to you. Now, the music in this is so, where's the music? Can I turn it down? Because it's very loud. I made this, oh, there it is. Okay. So let this play. Okay. So the first tip is obviously you have to set clear financial goals. If you and I were to meet for to see how we can strategize and structure your financial future, the very first thing I would ask you is, what are your dreams and goals? Like, where do you want this to go? Because that's what you need to know. Because men without vision perish, and so do women without vision. So the first thing we're going to do, and what most financial professionals will be doing with you, is asking you to set your financial goals by seeing what are your goals? What are your dreams? What are your goals? Like, do you want to have enough to have kids do something? Do you want to have a nice retirement? So establish realistic budgets and accounts for your income, expenses, savings, and debt repayment. We call it DIME. It's debt, income, mortgage, and expenses. Your dime. And once you know your dime number, then we get to do some structures based off of that. We want to remove any high interest debt. There's good debt and there's bad debt. Now, if you're paying interest on your real estate, obviously that's good debt, because you get to ultimately write that off. But you just don't want a stack of credit cards that aren't really doing too much but eating away at your credit score. You know what I'm saying? So there's good debt and there's bad debt, and you want to prioritize paying off your high interest debts, like your credit cards, as quickly as possible, and redirect those funds towards your savings and investments. So it's twofold. I'm not just trying to get you to save money after we identify your goals. The next step would be reallocating money that's going towards stuff that's wasteful, like high interest payments. You pay that down, and then the money that you were putting there, you're going to now put over here in a nice compounding interest account. Let's go to number 3. I hope you guys are finding this useful. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, continuous finance study. You want to stay informed about your personal finance, your investments, about economic trends, and you personally. I could tell you everything, but look, knowledge is power. So you want to fortify your own self, so you can be very sure and confident about what you are doing with your money. And you can then mitigate risk. Now, sometimes when you do have certain investments, the risk is out of your hands. But you certainly can mitigate your risk by being financially astute with studying. So that's one thing that I always love. And I provide free financial education constantly to anybody that'll listen. Okay, you want to have multiple streams of income, multiple income streams. I'm currently working on doing things one time so it can do things multiple times as far as payment, getting these kids set up because I'm a woman of a certain age. I was a geriatric pregnancy. I had my second son at 44. Okay, so I'm behind the eight ball too. I know a lot of the people out there are behind, and maybe you didn't have this information, you weren't in the position or whatever, and so you're a little behind. But there's still time even for us to get caught up and get on the right track, especially by creating multiple streams of income. I love having my YouTube. That's a little income. My TikTok. That's a little income. I do my finance. That's income. I do real estate. That's income. I do my regular odd jobs here and there that I pick up. That's income. I write an ebook. That's income. I have a drop shipping store. That's income. You know what I'm saying? So I just do all kinds of things that are going to generate income down the line. I'm not saying that I'm millionaire status at this point. In my mind, I am. It hasn't fruitioned yet, but I know it's on the way because I'm planting all these little seeds. La mustard seed, you guys. On my drop shipping store, I just got one sale. I started it on August 22nd. I already got my first sale, and I'm like, well, that's my seed is already growing. Faith of a mustard seed. So I'm planting all these little seeds around, and I love that Dr. Heavenly says, "Oh, you were 43, Celine? Girl, we was in the geriatric club together." And so we're planting these seeds of multiple streams of income. And Dr. Heavenly always even says you should have at least like 8 streams of income. Eight at any given time. And you definitely want to do things that are going to make you money in your sleep. Drop shipping, these content creations, all the your ebook you can make. And after one time making it, if people can click on it and get it forever. So that's excellent. Let's keep it moving here. Okay, so number 5 and 6, moving right along. So you want to review and adjust your financial strategy regularly and make adjustments as needed. Now, the kind of indexed accounts that I love to work with offer different types of allocations you can do in order to get your accumulation up. And so we have 1 year things, 2 year things, 3 year things, 5 year things, different types of strategies. But I do meet back with my clients annually and we review what they have, see if it's working the way they want it to, see if they should like maybe tweak it a little bit. And that's something that you should do also. I mean, a lot of people will get a 401k and just like be like, okay, and just put in whatever their employer is matching and never go back and check that 1,000 points that it just fell last 2 months ago, how it affected your bottom line. And just understand that if you even if you're checking, it's not going to mitigate all the risk, but at least you'll see in real time what's working and have a chance to make it better. Because knowledge is power, and you definitely want to be able to review and adjust in real time so that you don't stick your money where it's stale. You know what I mean? Now, the sixth thing that we're going to say is diversify investments. The same way you're having multiple streams of income, you want to have multiple investments. What your grandma used to say, what your mom used to say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? And because we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket, that means diversify. Diversify is just means different baskets. Okay, so you want to consider a combination perhaps of stocks, bonds, real estate, and other investment alternatives that can correspond to your risk tolerance. Okay, some people love putting it all on the table and like a roulette wheel and blowing a wad, and other people like to do slow and steady so that they can accumulate things in a more traditional type of way. So you have a risk tolerance. That's what it's called. So like if you're somebody who's into the stocks straight, and that's a risk tolerance that's a high risk tolerance that you're willing to take. Okay, but also based off of your financial objectives, these risk tolerances should be able to prove to you that where you're diversifying your investments to is a good consideration. Okay, so that's already 6 things. And we're moving right along. It's only 15 minutes. I hope you guys are finding this useful. I am in California. I'm in California, Denise. Um, I'm in California, but I mean, I can talk to you about anything. But if I'm not licensed in your state, then I would either have to get licensed real quick, or which only takes like 3 4 days, depending, or I would have to refer you to another awesome agent. I work with 20,000 agents um, in our network. Um, so I would gladly, I have mentors and business partners, $1 million mentors that I work with who would be, I mean, we all just share what we want is to have people protected. What we want is to have families in the best position. What we want is to protect the people. So that's our thing in the company I work with. And because I'm not selfish, I ultimately would just want you to be taken care of because it's all about my clients. And if I can't get it done for you, then I help you find somebody who can get it done for you. Okay. And like everything I do is complimentary. You never are going to pay me for anything. Even if we work together, we'll look at some strategies. And if you do decide to go with something, then the company that you choose pays me. You never pay me anything. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like it's about me. It's about getting you your best outcome. And then once that's done, then I get paid from the company that of the product that you chose. Okay. So those are the first six. Hey, what's good? One lady sparkled. Yes. Yeah, Frankie Beverly. Right on. Yeah. Man, you make me happy. Mm. I was grooving yesterday. Whenever one of my faves dies, I just play their music, and have it fill me up and thank them for their service because being a musician is a great service in this universe. So then the last tip is the most important tip. Let's get to that. Oh wait, there's more. Okay, now this is the one. You want to know how to rule double your money? I could tell you how to double your money. It's called the rule of 72. Yep. Now you guys should take notes on this. Now, this is how the people really get their money up. The wealthy you only use compound interest. They're not sticking their money anywhere where it's not compounding. Okay. Warren Buffett definitely is using this as a compound interest when he's pulling all his money out of Berkshire Hathaway. Okay. He's putting it someplace where the compounds are high. Okay. And this use the rule of 72. It's a simple formula that it can help you calculate how long it'll take you to double your money at a given interest rate. And it's easy as it sounds. So basically, you're going to divide 72 by your interest rate. So let's say your interest rate was 12%. Let me see. Where's my paper? I have a paper about it. Let's say your interest rate was 12%. Then you divide that by 72 by your 12%, and that's how long it'll take for $10,000. Let's give it an example of $10,000. So if you take 12%, I'm showing it, divided by yeah, so you would take 12, 72 divided by 12, and that equals 6 years for your money to double. Okay? So that means that if you had $10,000 in a compounding account at 12% annually, in 6 years, your $10,000 would turn to $20,000. You see what I'm saying? Um, and those are the types of accounts that index universal life insurance policies typically can get that type of return. But that was right before this last crash. Now the numbers will be coming down. And because of that, actually using Life Insurance Month to get your policy started is good because come October, they will be adjusting the rates. And once those rates get adjusted, it will be affecting even these high rate policies that I'm talking about. For example, so if you're using 6% it would take you 12 years to double your money. Okay. And if you're 12%, it would only take you 6 years, like I just showed you. Okay. So if you want to grow your money the way with wealth, so if you want to grow wealth, the rule of 72 is a powerful tool that you can use to your advantage. Okay. The rule of 72. So if you're at the bank, you have a CD in your bank and it's getting 4% interest. How long will it take that to double? If you have your money in your savings account down to the Wells Fargo or the Bank of America or Chase, this is not against them, but it's logical that if you're only getting 0.000001% on your savings, how long will it take you to double $20 in that account? A very long time. A very long time. So you definitely want to, once you get the other rules going, the other tips rather, so look at your budget, shave off paying for things that aren't going to be paying you, diversify, create additional streams of income, and then stay educated. Use this rule of 72. Yes. Okay. So you can start using the rule of 72 today with me or with another financial professional, and you can watch your money grow. Now, one thing about life insurance policies is, you guys, it has to be attached to a life insurance policy for you to be able to have all these awesome benefits. What are the benefits? The benefit of accumulating cash tax free, the benefit of getting your cash out of your policy tax free. Those two benefits specifically are only because you tie it to a life insurance policy. You cannot get these types of benefits outside of the life insurance um, business. You can't. You just can't. There's no other type of account that will let you grow cash tax free and access it tax free unless it's tied to life insurance. Okay. Now that goes back to another rule we did last time I did my financial stuff with you. I told you guys the formula. You take 7702. I'm going to put it in the chat again. 7702 times 1099 minus 162 equals money. These are all tax codes, okay? That's all that I'm telling you. That's why it's finance. This is all just tax codes. You go to the IRC, Internal Revenue Codes, and they have a book of codes. Your 401k, look it up. All it is a tax code, okay? 403b, look it up. All it is a tax code, okay? 7702 is a life insurance tax code that allows you to buy a little life insurance and put the rest into a compound account that'll grow. Bam, that's 7702. You times that by being your own boss. Do something, like I said, you have your diversified income, you create a little side job, then that's your 1099. And what happens when you're a 1099 employee? Oh my God, you get to write off so much stuff. I get to write off my office that we're in right here. This is one of my 4 rooms in my house that just took off 25% of my, in taxes. I can write off this space. Okay. I was telling you guys yesterday when we were watching Melody Cherie Rogers at her house that she turned into a warehouse where she also packs her stuff from. She gets to write off that whole entire mortgage, you guys, pretty much, except for the bathrooms. And that's not really considered a room. But a majority of her mortgage, she gets to write that off as an expense against her business. My phone, I create on here, this laptop, my Geek Squad, my internet, all that stuff I get to write off because I'm a 1099 employee, okay? Now, what the 162 is, it's the actual tax code that allows me to write stuff off, okay? It gives you a big list of things that you can write off. And so you use these tax codes to get money, y'all. And that's the simplicity of it all. So I put my contact information in there. I want you to create wealth. I want you to create legacy. And the ways that we can do it, are by utilizing life insurance policies. Now, look, another thing during Life Insurance Month, before we have 6 more minutes, another thing during Life Insurance Month, I really want you guys to stress is do a beneficiary check, okay? You want to check your beneficiaries. Um, Make sure their names are correct. Milo, we're live, Milo. Don't start barking outside the door. Um, you want to do a beneficiary check, okay? Did you have a recent life change? Did you get divorced? Did you get married? Did you do something else where you remove somebody and now you might need to put them back because you never know what's going to happen? So you definitely want to check who your beneficiaries are. Okay. You want to make sure that they have all your right contact information. You want to make sure, ask for a new copy of your policy. Ask for a copy of your policy if you haven't seen it for a while. You want a new copy of your policy, and on most insurance policies, any cash accumulation policy, you can go to page 3 of that policy and look at the schedule, and it'll show you how your cash is supposed to be accumulating. So ask for your policies and make sure your beneficiaries are right. I just talked to a client. She had been divorced for 5 years. We called to do a rollover on her 401k, and we happened to do a beneficiary check. It was her ex-husband, and she was remarried to a new man, y'all. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that that's there. Oh yeah, and as far as beneficiaries go, you always want to put okay, so you can have different types of beneficiaries. You can have a primary beneficiary, that's who's going to get the money no matter what. And then you can have a contingent beneficiary, and that's runner up, let's say. Okay. You can also have 2 primary beneficiaries. You can have 3 contingent beneficiaries. You can set this up the way you want. And now let's say your only beneficiary is a minor. What you're going to need to do, because if something happens to you before that person turns 18, they will have to wait till they're 18 before they get any money. I had a client, and one of Snoop Dogg's producers, and he passed. He had several children. He let all his policies lapse. There was one policy he didn't let lapse, but it happened to be on an 8-year-old. So now we have to wait till the 8-year-old turns 18 before anybody can get any of that money. Now that ended up being a little kerfuffle for his mother, who was a little money hungry, and she wanted all the money to herself, and she was trying to find out from the insurance company, was there a way around that? But there's not. That's why it's so important to have the correct beneficiary, because there's no way around it. Okay, there is not a way around it. They're going to hold that money for that beneficiary. If the beneficiary happened to go to jail, they will hold the money till the person's out of jail. Okay, even if the rest of the family is about to be homeless, they can't do anything about it because the beneficiary is there for a reason. So if anything, you want to have either multiple beneficiaries so somebody can get a little money until the other person turns 18. So, and that's what I actually suggested for her next policy was for the remaining survivor of Snoop's producer person, she still needed to get a policy for herself. And now she found out that because the policies don't pay out until you're 18, she was going to do her mom for 20% so she could take care of her son. And then her son was going to get a bulk of it when he turned 18. So those are just little things to think about. I hope you found this information useful. Okay. Yes. And share the info. Share it, please. We all need to help each other. Each one teach one. Okay. And also, these codes that we're talking about, the 7702 specifically, was created in 1913, you guys. That's how long this has been around for you to be able to use. Your grandmother's grandmother could have been using this since 1913. That's how all the people are creating their generational wealth. Okay. They use a 7702 index universal life policy, stick that puppy into a trust, and every time somebody dies, the trust gets paid millions and millions of dollars for all the other trustees to be able to live off of tax free. Okay, they live off of the money tax free, and then when another Rockefeller dies, then the index universal life insurance policy pays the trust whatever death benefit there was, millions and millions of dollars. And then the next set of Rockefellers have all those millions and millions of tax-free dollars to live off of that they get to get out tax-free because it's 7702. I hope you guys found this useful. Your daughter had to wait till she turned 18. Exactly. Yep, definitely. We'll have to wait till they're 18. That's because that's when you can enter into a contract legally, is when you're 18. Okay, so I hope you guys found this useful. This is just a little thing. I'm going to try to do this the rest of the month. Just come on every day for a quick half hour. Maybe we'll get a special guest who will join us once in a while. And but definitely today. Oh yeah, the one last thing you should check today is if you have a term policy, you guys. I was just talking to another client. She's like, "Oh, I'm fine. I have a term policy." I said, "When does it expire?" She says, "In 2 years." And you know what your premium is based off of? Your age and your health, right? So if right now you're healthy and you're 2 years younger, and you know that's going to expire in 2 years, what should she do? What do you think I told her to do? I suggested she get another term policy at least. Okay, and engage that new term policy now before the next one lapses, right? So she doesn't have any lapse in coverage, and she doesn't have any event in her health that makes her uninsurable. You may or may not know that right now, even Vicky Gunvalson, she just got pneumonia and sepsis, uninsurable. But luckily, she's been doing this forever, so she's already has her policies, you know. But all it takes is one event to make you uninsurable. Okay, and your age and your health are the two primary factors of how your premium is determined. Anyway, you guys, thanks for coming to Larger Curves today. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, because you know I like smashing. And go ahead and ring my bell, so you can get notified next time I upload videos and become part of this beautiful curvy community with our finances together. Okay? I love you guys. Make it a great day. I'll see you in the next video. And remember what I always say, there's enough to go around, so go get some. Bye.